TNT Pod, May the 10th, 2022, and we're glad you're joining us here on your podcatcher of choice, or if you're seeing this, we appreciate you being a Patreon subscriber. Patreon.com/WeCount Thursday. If you are listening on the audio side, $2 a month gets you the bonus content. Go to and follow us at 3 Count Thursday, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Give us a follow there. Share the show wherever you will, and we hope you are having a good time wherever you are hearing this one. Ryan, are you with us? Ryan?
Yeah, real good.
Are you sure? You're good?
Real good.
Welcome up.
We're doing good.
Good. Matt, Mark,
Ready
Tim?
to talk about wrestling on a Tuesday night.
Everybody good? Tuesday afternoon or morning, whenever you
Yeah,
listen to this? Good.
It's a beautiful day at Roots Market. I'll tell you what. Get out there if you can.
Mark, how many? Not the deep dive, but Mark, how many straight weeks now?
I think it's 408.
408.
I think it's 408. I'll have to look. It's right in that area. It might be 407.
Could
be 409, one of my favorite cleaning products.
I'm sorry I asked the question. Okay. So last week you heard us deep dive into the discussion about Mount Rushmore. This week we're going to look at a few things. The first of which, there was a report recently that Vince McMahon is kind of eyeing Theory as kind of the next John Cena, the next big star in the WWE. Which kind of begs the question, like, is he equipped for that role? Can Theory be the next John Cena? Can anyone really be the next John Cena? In terms of the size of that star in the company and beyond. So I think it's an interesting theory.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yikes.
Yeah, sorry. Somebody else take over, because that I'm actually I'm gonna leave
Mark,
myself.
Jim, not from you.
It's spreading. Well, it is Tuesday.
You know what
How's
that
the
means?
Capitals make out?
I got the fever.
How did the Capitals make out? Salt in the wounds.
Probably
Mark.
not well. If I'm really analyzing the whole situation, not
What
well.
was the final score from that Thursday game?
13-1.
What, they were at a half marathon on
Came
you?
back a little bit.
They had scored first, and then it went to 5-1 after 2. So I think I 13-1. I think is where it finished. I think there was 8 third period goals by the Panthers. I think that sounds right.
Safe assessment.
It was a
The
lot.
Caps just pulled their goalie.
I mean, he wasn't doing any
The
better
entire
being
period.
in there, so you might as well at least put an extra attacker out.
I get it. What was the question?
Can Theory or anyone be the, quote, next John Cena?
Simple answer, no. Because they would have to, quote, remake Blockers. And there's no fucking studio that's going to touch that.
Is there another Bella that he could marry?
Are you sure about that?
They're almost married.
Don't
the Bellas have another sister?
No. Do they? No, I don't think they do.
I don't. Oh, they have a brother.
Yeah, they have a brother.
It's 2022.
Yeah, I mean, more power to you.
No, there's never going to be another John Cena. There doesn't need to be another John Cena.
What is the context of the question? Are we looking like who's the next wrestler, actor, megastar?
I mean the report was that Vince McMahon views Theory. I almost said Austin Theory. We lost the rights to his first name, I guess.
Pronouns, pal.
But is that Vince McMahon sees Theory as the next John Cena? So to me, I take that as being the top guy in the WWE. I don't think Vince McMahon gives a flying shit that John Cena is an actor. I really don't. Anything outside the WWE window, I don't know that Vince McMahon cares.
The senility has really kicked in for old Vince.
It's severe.
Tough.
It's severe.
Because I don't know why Theory of all people is who he was.
Horrible human
And
being.
I mean, I like the guy, but
Yeah.
He
So-
doesn't
I just
even wear
Can't see
jorts.
him.
right, he doesn't even have two names like John Cena. He only has one.
Right?
They already set him at
Come
a
on.
disadvantage.
Like,
I
does
thought
Vince,
this whole
does
time
Vince
I thought
see...
it was.
Go ahead.
I thought it was the Roy. But it's Theory.
Austin the Roy.
Austin the Roy.
See, now I can buy an Austin the Roy as being the face
Can we-
of the franchise.
I feel like there's our
Two
I feel-
names.
I feel like there's our next T-shirt.
What in the hell is the Roy?
I misunderstood or
Define
misread.
Roy.
Well, he's,
Well, he misspelled theory.
So
Yeah, I
Austin,
misspelled Theory.
Austin, the Rookie of the Year.
See, there we go. There we go.
If we have a Slammy Awards
And if we
and
do,
he wins Rookie of the Year, it is your fault. Yours. And yours alone.
All yours, Mark. You did
And
this.
then
My
not yours.
fault.
No. That would be Matt actually proclaiming
Oh,
him
because
Rookie of the Year.
Matt defined it.
By the way,
Oh.
congratulations on earning every single Theory shirt on WWEshop.com come December. Found it.
All right, the Roy.
who, me? That would
Yeah,
be fine.
you.
They'd go right to his wife.
Better than getting a Happy Corbin shirt.
Or
Oh,
Mad Cap
Matt,
Moss
Matt,
shirt.
that was just what Tim is buying you. That has nothing to do with the rest of us.
Madcap Moss doesn't have a shirt, does he?
I hope not.
I think he does.
Get the
And
hell out of
if
here.
he
got the
don't,
line
he's
there.
probably going to get one soon, I would
There's
think.
no
me
way
look.
he has a shirt.
Like everyone
looking.
in WWE gets a shirt at some point.
Right, because they do like the quote-unquote custom shirts now.
What? There's custom shirts
Madcap
now?
Moss.
Well, yeah, that was the whole. Wasn't like they had like the NXT
Jordan
ones,
Miles
not
issue or whatever.
not custom. It was like it was the ones that like just had like the most basic.
They're Happy and Madcap.
Yeah, they have the
combined shirts.
the joint
Does
shirt.
that count? The
Somebody's
combo shirts?
getting that "Wanna Get Lucky" shirt. I'm telling you that. Right, the tan one with the Monopoly guy in the middle. Somebody is getting that fucking shirt.
I'd walk
Is-
right out
is
of the
that
Christmas
also
party if I
you?
got that.
Are you wearing that shirt while you're making a bevy of hot dogs on your roller?
He has it on right now under his Caps jersey.
Yeah, actually,
That's why they're losing, Jim.
it's ironically the shirt not lucky. Funny how that works.
It's unfair to put Theory or literally anyone in the predicament of like, hey, go be the next John Cena.
Yeah, it's
Like he's 24.
like, is that part of the reason why? Like, because he's one of the like the youngest people on the roster. Is like he's the only person that could have that lengthy of a career at this point?
He's got to be the youngest dude.
Probably, at
It's-
least
it's-
on definitely on the main roster.
I don't think it matters if it's fair or not. It's never going to happen. If he gets hot enough, AEW will give enough money to pull him away.
I don't
John
know.
Cena never had that alternative to leave and go to. Now we do. It's never going to happen again. You're never
Man,
going to
I
get a
don't-
John Cena again.
I don't know if
I could joke around about movies and shit. It's never going to happen.
I mean, and the thing
I
too
think it's
is
tough to say never. It's unlikely.
Oh,
You
it's
can get
gonna
yourself
happen.
some edges. You can get yourself some AJ Styleses, but you're never going to get a star the level of John Cena again
and here's the
in
thing.
the WWE.
The thing too
Well, you
is
got The
is
Rock and then Cena.
Vince McMahon's 78 years old. Like,
This is his
Oh,
last
Vince won't
shot.
see it.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be morbid. In hell, Vince McMahon's probably going to outlive me at this point. So all of this may be just pointless to say. But like, if or when something happens to Vince, who's to say that whoever takes control of the WWE at that point even cares to continue whatever vision he had for Theory?
I think Nick
That's
Khan
so
sees
true.
the same thing.
You think?
I don't think it's going to be theory. I think we can all agree on that. But I do think it's possible we see someone get to the level that John Cena was at again.
And the
But
other,
again, it's tough to quantify this because what are we basing this on?
I guess, I mean, to the question itself, I guess it's however you choose to interpret the question. Because it, like, does it just stick to wrestling? Does it, like, for me, I see it just within the WWE realm. Because, again, I don't think Vince, if anything, Vince probably hates Hollywood because they keep taking his biggest stars away full time.
Right, but he also brings them back enough and understands that
True.
having his belt on those people. I mean, hell, that's why Batista was supposed to get the title reign. It's because he was going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Look at
and
Ryan. He's
probably
still heartbroken. It never happened.
belt over his shoulder while he was doing press junkets.
Well,
I'm sure they would
that's
be
true.
open to people doing that again.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
Do I see someone becoming the movie wrestling star like Cena, like Rock did? I think that's more unlikely than getting someone that's the level of stardom that John Cena was.
Yeah, because I mean, and if you just think of like the quote unquote next John Cena as somebody who's sitting on top of the WWE for the better part of a decade or more, like there's,
It's not hard to imagine that Roman does that.
well, and like,
That's the only one.
you know, it can happen. It can happen whether he becomes a quote unquote big star or not. Like just putting somebody at the top of the card all the time doesn't necessarily make them a huge superstar or you know, a big movie star, any of that. So like,
Roman got those choppers fixed.
well, and that was like the other part I was thinking about. That is like, okay, so he's viewing him as the next John Cena. If you're quantifying that to the being a huge star in not only WWE but starting to branch out of that window or whatever, like isn't Roman Reigns like literally on that run right now to be the quote unquote next John Cena? Like, I mean, he's the biggest thing WWE has had since Cena. So like, shouldn't Theory be the next Roman Reigns? Like, it sounds funny to say because Reigns is in his prime still, but
I don't think Reigns has taken that celebrity to Hollywood
Not yet.
like
He
a
was
John
in
Cena
he was
has.
in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, he's part of the Fast and Furious franchise now.
So he is the next John Cena. There it is.
isn't there another one? Is there another one coming out?
Yeah, Fast X.
Why wouldn't there be?
I mean, what? Yeah, why not?
Well, they don't
Well,
have a
it should
director
be.
anymore.
Okay.
I hate to see that happen.
But yeah, I don't know.
We're just gonna all pretend like we know what Tim was talking about.
I have no clue what Tim was talking about.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
I'll be the one to speak up and be like, "What? You can't just leave that, throw that out there."
What do you
I mean,
mean
I'm
there's no
assuming
director?
Matthew knows because he watches movies.
What happened to the director?
I didn't listen. I was looking at this Drew McIntyre Sherpa throw pillow on the clearance section of the WWE site.
Christmas
The guy.
shopping early.
Wait,
Vin
I'm
Diesel-
saying, wait. Did you say a Drew McIntyre Sherpa throw pillow?
I did.
I heard
Shut
Jim's
up
getting a
and
new
take
couch.
my money.
I also heard that.
Ooh.
Good luck. You
You
clear
think-
you
you
clear it
think
with the
Dana-
misses. You clear it with the misses, and
I
that,
mean, look at that. They give you a picture of it on a sofa on the link that I just shared to the page here.
there we go. Let me check that guy out.
Oh, that's a beaut.
That's a nice one.
Gorgeous.
That looks
Although
right on my back and forth.
the Mrs. Big Jim is not a fan of leather couches, so
I mean, you have that nice Sherpa throw pillow. You have a nice 3 Count Thursday blanket draped over
You
the
do?
top. I mean, what else do you need?
And
Look at
hey,
that.
speaking of
Maybe
the look,
maybe you
speaking
can
of
buy
three,
a wrestling buddy from a local vendor.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'd rather light my money on fire. But speaking of three
While you're there,
count,
you get
Merchandising.
merchandising.
like New Jersey just recently passed a ban on plastic bags. I'm sure other states it's coming that way. So make sure you head over to tpublic.com/user/3 count Thursday. You can get 23 different designs on a tote bag. 23 different ones. So you will always be prepared for those grocery trips when
Absolutely.
plastic bags go away.
And what better bag to take to a grocery store than the anti-circus peanut bag?
Right?
That'd be a great one.
Or
Take that into Aldi's.
or the
That's a good one.
that is a good one.
The her shirt.
But like
Her.
I think Matt's right. Like, how do you quantify this? Is there going to be a star big enough that does 5 moves and everybody boos him because he's face and rammed down our throats and never turns heel again?
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, see that is tougher for me to imagine too. Like that, if we're talking 100% face superstar for their entire career, I don't know that we see that again.
Is it a title reigns thing? Because I don't know. I mean, do title reigns even mean anything anymore?
I think they may just be
Wins and
thinking about like
losses.
transcendent superstars in general.
I mean, like talent, like wrestling talent wise, I think Theory is more than capable of being a 15-year career, peak level guy, like super talented. So like I can see there's potential for him being a long-term, big time star in the WWE. But I just, I mean, going back to the discussion a week ago of Mount Rushmore guys, I mean, Hogan, Austin, Cena, Reigns potentially, like, in the Attitude Era, I mean, like Cena and Rock, I can see people putting Cena and Rock on a Mount Rushmore, theoretically.
Please don't make us fight about Mount Rushmore.
No.
again.
I'm not going back down in the fighting about who and who doesn't belong. But like what I'm saying is like each generation kind of has one guy as the potential to put up on a Mount Rushmore as a best of all time type of a guy. Like I feel like the Roman is still going to be in the WWE during the majority of the Theory run. So like I just don't know if I see Theory as that generational guy. Like to me, Styles, Orton, Triple H, got long time guys at the top of the company, but not a generational guy. That's who I see Theory as. He might be there forever. He might have his whole wrestling career that's left in front of him in the WWE, but I don't know if I see him as the Cena, the Hogan, the Austin.
If totally different question now. If you're a promoter, are you looking for another John Cena? Like, is that what you're looking for? Somebody to transcend into movie Hollywood, or are you looking for another Brock Lesnar who goes to MMA and brings maybe that audience over to pro wrestling, but keeps it within the sport realm? What are you even looking for another John Cena to get red hot, leave, and then come back sporadically?
Yeah, I don't know.
What a quandary.
It is.
So
Dennis quandary.
So to you is because I to me, I don't I think there's potential for there to be a quote unquote next John Cena. I don't think it's theory. Like, and again, to me, it's that's a
Roy.
there's always a potential for there to be a generational guy. But I don't know if theory's him. Ryan, do you think it's theory?
No, I don't think it's theory. I don't think we see another John Cena, and I think the next person to transcend will be one of the ladies.
All right, Matt.
I don't think it's theory, but I do think we see someone else get into that role down the road. I don't know that it's anyone on the current roster. The only one right now would be Roman.
Okay. Intern Mark.
I don't think it's going to be the Roy. I think the odds are against him, that's for sure. And I'm not saying he's not going to have a good career in the WWE, but I don't think he's going to be the next Cena. And I'm sorry if that upsets anybody. I just can't see him being the next Cena.
He's just a Roy boy.
That's all he is. He's simply a Roy boy. He's a boy toy.
Tim, how about you?
I think we get to a Cena, but I don't think that it's theory. I don't think that mold's been broken yet.
All right. Okay. So this other topic for today, I unapologetically stole from Conrad Thompson. And this comes back. Bye, Matt.
When he listens, he's going to be so pissed.
That's all right. I'm crediting my source. That's how bibliography works, right?
Bibliography. Did you stutter?
This is something that we've heard Jim Ross say over the years. That boys care about two things: cash and creative. But like, if you were one of the boys, if you're in the business, which would be more important to you, cash or creative? Does anybody want to lead off the discussion?
Are we talking about
creative?
Why?
How much cash?
Enough.
Yeah, like
enough money. How much creative?
Big money.
You want
all right, creative.
Basically, when I look at this question, it's big time money, but yeah, you just have to basically just do whatever the fuck the company wants you to do, or you make quote unquote league minimum, but you kind of get to call your shots a bit.
Is that really how it league minimum to call your shots?
I don't know.
So regardless of what shots I call, I am stuck at league minimum.
I
mean, I guess theoretically speaking, if I
believe it's called the Royically.
The Royically, yes.
The Royically.
You can look at somebody like Matt Cardona, who turned getting released from the WWE and that paycheck with the creativity that he was given and created a better situation for himself that is probably just as lucrative.
Okay.
So I don't think it's fair to say, like, if you have creative, you have basement pay.
Okay. No, that's fair.
If that's the case,
that's
everybody
fair.
takes money. Money buys happiness. Very fucking obviously.
Does it?
Abso-fucking-lutely, Jim.
I don't know about that.
Jim, it absolutely does.
I'd like to find out.
To quote the comedian Daniel Tosh, money doesn't buy happiness, but money does buy a jet ski. And have you ever seen anyone unhappy on one of those?
Absolutely.
If you watch Wavy Boats, you have.
See, I feel like my answer changes depending on where I am in my career. I want to make my money early, be young, do whatever they want me to do, make a ton of money, and then, because at that point I'll be a Matt Cardona who is a folk hero, whatever, fans love him, And then when they love me, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm on the league minimum, but I am the world champion. I want a shirt every week. Like, you were going to print everything with my face on it. And that would be how I close out my career. So, like, first half of my career, I want to be my biggest money-making years. The second, I want it all about me creatively.
Okay. Now, Ryan, you said creative.
I don't remember what I said, Jim. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm telling you, you
It
did
does
say
matter.
creative.
Okay, then yeah, creative. Yeah.
Is there any reason why you won creative? I mean, because you
No,
just
the
said
first
money
one.
buys happiness.
It absolutely does. Yeah. And I'll take the money. I don't give a shit. Whatever you want me to do, Jim.
I
Want me
want
take
you
the
to
money?
do,
I'll say we'll take the money. Whatever hurries this segment along.
Ryan. I want you to do what you want to do.
Well, I'd like to say
Smokey,
Shane
what's
McMahon
that
right
mean?
now.
I mean,
This is not that podcast.
What does that mean? We have a podcast that we can only do this on?
it's still the podcast, Tim.
This is a 3CT thing, isn't it?
I
Now
mean,
you upset Tim.
well, this is the 3CT pod, so we're still 3CT.
Doesn't matter what day.
Does this one
That
have the
isn't
creepy
exclusive to
voice
one day a
introducing
week.
us? Like the other one does too?
No,
Oh, okay.
this one doesn't do that.
Shane McMahon.
It seems a little creepy.
All right, I'll work on it.
No, you don't
That's
have
just
to.
hillbilly.
If everybody likes it, it just seems like it's somebody looking in my window when I'm trying to sleep.
I mean, I'm not Triple H.
I mean, it's probably those fucking birds, Ryan.
It might be those fucking birds.
How are those birds? We haven't
They're
talked
quiet
much
anymore.
about
Yeah, they're fucking
They're
scared
dead.
of you. You're a monster.
You are. I used to be so nice to animals.
Yeah,
God, maybe you
I don't know. Money does buy happiness. I'm greedy as shit. Give me the money. I don't care. Honest to God, I would. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Give me the money.
All
I'd
right.
be happy with that.
Matt, how about you?
Give me creative just so I can get myself a longer career out of that by continuing to put myself in a position to be at the top of the game.
Mark.
I would want creative. Creative would create happiness, and you cannot put a price on happiness. All the money in the world. You know, Ted DiBiase should have taught you that, Smokey. That, you know, all the money in the world, it can't buy you everything.
All right, I'm back to creative.
All right. Look at Mark's winning him
You
back.
better-
It's that easy.
You know, remember when Ted DiBiase tried to buy Hulk Hogan's world championship
The,
and he couldn't do it?
Hulk Hogan?
The Hulk Hogan, the incredible Hulk Hogan. Hogan said, "No, I'm going to keep the title, and
that
you keep the
incredible.
money." And that was the end of that. So
What a
think about
sucker.
it, Smokey.
I don't think he's that
All right,
incredible.
Yeah, all right, creative. Creative makes happy. I want to be happy.
I want to be happy. I
I'll
want
pay
you to
my
be
bills with
happier.
smiles. That's fine.
Smiles in the aisles.
Smiles on people's faces. That's what we do here.
See, I'm kind of the
Right here
opposite.
at 3CT.
I'm kind of the
You
opposite
want money.
of Tim here in the fact that I think I went creative early. Because a little bit to Ryan's point too. Like, if you're in the prime of your career and you can be creative and you can bounce around to different places, and really kind of make a name for yourself and monetize yourself, you make your money there. But when you start to get towards the end of your career and that the bum card's getting near the bottom of the card and you're kind of beat up and things, give me the money then. Whatever you need me to do at that point, just pay me the money, and I'm just gonna get to live out and be comfortable for the rest of my life. But like to only pick one, like I feel like in this business where anything can freaking change in a heartbeat, give me the cash. Like, Sure, you can be creative as you want, but if you get freaking hurt or something, then what? I mean, what do you have to show for it? Yeah, I'm greedy. Give me the cash.
All right, I'm back to cash.
Well, money.
That's
if
why
money
I
can't
wanted
buy
my money when I
happiness-
was young.
Yeah, I want to
Make
be.
all-
I want to be young and spend that money.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, if I'm Theory right now, 24 years old,
Leroy.
let me do any. You
Leroy.
just tell me where to be and just give me $1 million a month.
Shit. You know what? I think. All right. I'm switching.
I hear
Tim,
that.
you're right. I'm gonna go.
I'd be
money
there.
first.
Because by the time I'm 30, if I'm making $1 million a month, it's $12 million a year. 6 years, 6 and 12 is what, post tax,
It's
like
a lot
50
of.
mil.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
money, is
you're
what it
doing
is.
fine.
Post tax
You're
is
gonna
like
be
50
all right.
mil. Oh, I will do whatever. I will open my own promotion and do whatever I want
Okay, Freddie Prinze Jr.
for the next 15 years.
Yeah.
Listen to you controlling your narrative. I love that.
Please don't ever lump me in with those.
Yeah.
Those
You
wonderful
can
people.
wrestle in an empty Dave and Buster's at any time in your life.
I would rather eat at a Dave and Buster's.
Oh,
Wow.
they have good wings. I heard.
I guess we're never
So-
getting. I
so
never. Guess
what
we're
if-
never getting
what if when
sponsored
you're
by Dave
young-
and Buster's.
No.
The only way you make your money is with control your narrative. You want creative then all of a sudden, don't you?
You going homeless? You just gonna be homeless?
Nah, man, I'll wrestle where I can't super kick nobody.
Yeah, you get
Look,
your
if
leg up that
Braun
high anyway,
Strowman-
let's be honest.
If Braun Strowman has the balls to say he'll never work in indie and then get fired by the WWE, shave his head in a weird shape, and wrestle in a Dave and Buster's for control your narrative, there ain't nothing I won't do.
There you go. There you go.
But how could? That's another thing I don't understand. How
It's
can you?
my narrative?
How can you not super kick?
What about that Lars Sullivan narrative? You draw the line there?
I would rather not.
Oh,
Um,
you know that Dave and Buster's, maybe they gave him like unlimited plays on air hockey. That's worth something.
I mean, that's a fun night. I don't know how they can tell you can't super kick. What if the super kick
you're
is part of my
controlling- yeah.
narrative?
Well, not in a
Imagine
sanctioned
thinking
match.
air hockey all night's a fun night. You know how
Oh.
tired your arm would get?
But if you hit that puck hard enough, then it goes underneath like the pinball machine. Nobody wants to get it, and it's over.
Right. That's what we could hope
I'm
for.
not saying I don't know that from experience. I've heard stories.
Yeah, but you
What's
run,
the puck option of this podcast? I'd like to hit it under something.
but you run the table hard enough with air hockey, and nobody wants to play you anyway. Then you just win.
That's fair.
Just be good enough.
Control
And
your
that is how you
your
win.
That's how you win.
hashtag winning.
So
That's
yeah,
Vegas.
I think
That's Dallas.
Tim, I think you converted me. I think I'm gonna go cash early, creative late if I have any career left.
I mean, that's the cheap and easy answer to do, though.
It is. And here's the deal. It's not easy, I don't think, going backward in a career. Like, if you've ever had a job as, like, a manager and then worked as an employee, you don't want to be told what to do. Like, once you've led people, you don't want to be led yourself. And that would be tough for me in the future, being told, like, all right, here's Veer. You're losing to Veer tonight.
Okay, I mean, we haven't seen Veer beat anybody that's in that spot yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Veer is coming. He was invited to come.
Veer
Raw.
comes hard every Monday night.
He was
I
invited
know some
to
people
come.
that would love for Veer to come.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, why not?
I
He's a
mean,
good-looking man.
He's
Did you know that he's the guy who $1 Million Arm was based off of?
yeah. It's insane.
Isn't that crazy?
Like, have you seen like the pictures?
Let's answer the question. The
don't watch
next
movies.
John Cena is Veer Mahan.
I mean,
It's
Veer Mahan.
Bollywood, but it's Veer Mahan.
hi Ryan.
Smokey's Internet.
You're still
if
here,
the
Ryan.
Bollywood boys weren't the ones to go to Bollywood. man,
Yo, bring back the Bollywood Boys as like a pair of brother Bollywood directors and turn Veer Mahan into a star?
That'd be wonderful.
Oh my God.
There's like we joke about it, but there's actual potential there.
I'm trying to speak it into existence.
Like
The entire Veer match, the Bollywood Boys are just like the entire time.
Love it. It's so good.
I'd be there for that. That would be fun.
Why the hell not? Well, that's really all I have here,
You
guys.
only brought 2 topics tonight, Jim.
You got a third?
I don't have a third. Does anybody have a third?
Pull a third one out. We got a third somewhere, right? Let's talk about how good that pay-per-view was.
That was a solid.
That's
Steve.
almost gimmick infringement for something I do.
I was going to say, in Ryan's defense, he
You know
has
what?
never
Let's do it.
listened to an episode of that show.
Of
So
what show?
I will give the premise, Final Wrestling Place. So what we do, we usually record Final Wrestling Place the Sunday before, or like the afternoon before most premium live events. So on that show, we do what's called a pre-cap, where we talk about the premium live event like it happened. And say what happened, talk and see how close we get to how it actually happened.
I must have missed that episode.
Are you serious?
It's okay.
As I was going to say, like when Ryan said that, I knew that that's a
I
thing
didn't know
that
it was
you
a thing
guys
at
do.
all. Is that what we did? The Northwest-South thing?
South by Southwest, what?
I don't fucking know. I didn't listen to that one either. I'm just curious.
No,
North-
that was
north-
not the same thing.
Northwest?
Oh, okay.
North-South
Looked like
connection.
Northwest.
Viewer's choice.
I mean, do you want me to grab one of the topics, Ryan?
Do what you want, Jim. You're the fucking host.
I mean, I got chastised 2 minutes ago
I just thought you would have multiple topics brought to the table here.
I literally did. I had 2 topics to the table.
I told you before we even went on air, it was going to be a quick show.
And here I am trying to get us out of it.
You know,
but-
we can
now
just
you're
talk
complaining about
food.
it.
I mean,
We
we
I'm
can
not
just talk
complaining
about
about
food
it.
for
I'm
20
just-
minutes.
You can't win with
if
Smokey.
I'm earnest, I'm upset. I don't get to watch this for another 10 minutes. That's all.
I mean,
You just
We can
can't
just sit
please
here in
Smokey.
silence for 10 minutes. I don't give a shit.
just sit and look at each other.
Here we go. Here's a topic.
Okay.
When are we going to end up merging with Take 3? And we just we just merge all the number 3 podcasts together.
I mean, yeah, it's probably going to happen. I mean, it's surely going to happen at some point.
Okay. So then here's the question. Because at that point, what is it? It's then budget cuts. It's 8 dudes.
We can do up to 10 on
So do
this
we
fucking
keep
platform.
8?
Let's just do it.
Well,
Do we
if Take 3
rotate?
starts paying me, I'm going to jump.
Did you take cash or creative?
Cash.
No, you all took the easy way out and picked both.
That's a fair point.
I mean, I did.
I'm
In my defense, I said if I
Then
get.
creative.
It's like saying, what would you guys rather have for the rest of your life, pizza or beer? And it's like, well, I would eat the pizza and I would then,
And then
drink
drink
the
the beer.
beer.
No, because that's getting it at the same time.
Well, no, I'm drinking the beer an hour later.
No,
It's later on.
Okay,
Later on in my
so
life.
taking creative 10 years after I take cash doesn't
It's
equate
cheap-
to I ate a
cheap
bunch of
answer.
food and now I'm really thirsty, so I'm gonna
Cheap
drink
answer.
beer. You're just mad you didn't think of it.
I mean, in my defense, I did say that
thought
if
we
I
had to
only
pick
picked
one or the
one.
other. You all just picked both. Like
I only picked one or other
The
at
thing
at
is,
the
well,
same
you
time.
changed
If you
your
have
answer
to
like
pick
18
one,
times.
then I take the first one first.
Yeah. I said if I only get to pick one, I'm definitely picking cash.
Okay.
I'm taking creative, and I'm sorry if that upsets you.
Mark, you are not.
Yeah, I am. I'm creative.
Think how much fun you would have just being full of money, Jim or Mark. I'm so used to yelling at Jim.
Well, first thing I would do is I'd buy a pony.
So how would we
Saddlebags full of
actually
money.
how would we actually split the talent between 3CT and Take 3?
I've never actually listened to Take 3. Do they have like their
Yeah,
defined roles.
I feel like I feel like Big Jim is like the gateway drug for this
I mean, I kind of am.
because you're over there all the time. Because
Yeah,
You're dabbling, Jim.
I'm basically a
Break it
permanent
down
member.
for us then, Jim. Like, who's the Ryan of Take 3?
I think Joe probably is the Ryan because like he seems aloof a lot and sometimes falls asleep. So
I've never fallen asleep.
your eyes were literally shut at the start of this episode.
This is an outlier.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Horseshit. Here's the real question: do they take their podcast seriously?
Not really.
More serious than us?
Debatable.
Jim, you just fucking play both sides of the fucking fiddle.
Man,
Isn't that the best
it's
way
like
to
Cash
go?
and Creative all over
I'll
again.
say this: I've listened to the 3 Count Thursday podcast. And I've listened to Take 3. I would say we take it more seriously because our audio is cleaner.
That's
Yeah,
true.
suck
That's
Take
true.
3.
And that is no fault of Mike or Joe. Ernest,
You're
I'm
putting
sorry,
this at
Jim, your audio
PC.
cut out.
I'm putting this at Ernest's feet, man. He, and I'm not faulting anybody. I don't know what Ernest's books look like, but it falls on the host. Ernest is the host. The show is on the Earnestly Speaking podcast feed. That falls on the host.
How many
Wow.
different podcasts does Ernest have? Two.
He's
that
got Earnestly Speaking.
He's got the Earnestly Speaking. He's got
football is awesome.
Hoops. Ball is awesome.
in the paint,
in the paint.
which is the basketball one.
His Uso tribute
Oh, that-
podcast.
I mean, Earnestly.
Better
So,
than those
He's
4.
well, it's Take 3. Football is awesome. In the paint, and then everything else is pretty much like a. Oh, he does the wrestling retrospective, which is different from Take 3, because
And
that's
the
where.
Earnestly Speaking
Does he have keeping it
podcast.
100?
So
Is this guy unemployed? Was
6?
he just not?
No, he just.
Did he took the cash option early on in his life?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was all about creative right now.
No, he hosts like gambling.
Total
events,
creative.
right? Underground gambling.
He's a bootleg
Yeah,
gambler.
Oh, that's what. And
No,
Big
but
Mac
he is
calls
like
it,
a-
right?
He's like a host of like a poker tournament weekly.
I think
right?
he does the
I
stuff
thought
that
it was
like
Top Flip.
Mike does.
Yeah, he and Big Mac, I think, work at the
Okay.
same place.
He hosts trivia. All right, it's pretty creative.
I
Comes
thought
up
he,
with
comes
questions
up with some-
himself.
Crazy ideas for trivia.
and
All right, guys,
I thought he was.
5-card draw.
and like Big and,
Me
and
out.
and I think that Big Mac and Tim are the similar roles. Like Big Mac is like he will organize any of the they do any drafts, any like he takes the wrestler of the week stuff and does all the maths on that. So like how would the talent I feel like, I mean, Mark's an intern, so he's just gonna work for both for nothing.
That's right. I'm
'Cause that's how interns work.
Creative.
So in that case, like, we couldn't have Ernest and Jim on the same show. We couldn't have Mike and me on the same show. We couldn't have Joe and Ryan on the same show.
Correct.
And
I
I
don't know how I
feel
feel
like
about
if
that.
you're going to end up like doing a split, then like you couldn't then have Ernest and Mike and Joe on a show together. You couldn't have me and Ryan and Jim on a same show together. You gotta actually mix everybody up.
There's a ton of moving parts, and I couldn't be more disinterested in hearing about this anymore.
See, Ryan, this
you're
is
the
what
one that had to say
happens
about let's
when I
pick
try
another
to end the
topic.
show early and you give me
No,
Jim. Yeah, we do
I've
that.
given you the task.
Don't you?
I gave you the task to come up with another topic. You let Big Mac come up with another topic. That's on you again.
Yeah, I mean,
This is a big, earnest Christian moment for you right now.
Earnestly speaking, this is a big moment for you.
oh, I see what you did. I see what you did. Well, in that case, I'm going to end the show now.
And
So-
as a Christian, I think you should end the show.
So, Ryan, do you have anything to add, anything to plug?
I'm so glad you've asked. I don't.
I'm not even going to plug myself.
I
Matt,
will do that later.
good to know.
Do you need somebody to plug you?
You want to come down?
Frankie? Are you all right?
You coming over?
Well, you know.
I understand how anal works.
You get on your hands and knees and just take it, or what?
He might.
Nope.
If you're not spreading your butt cheeks,
I
don't
really
wanna
wish
look.
I know what you were going to say there. Matt, do you have anything?
I don't.
All right.
Not on Tuesday.
Okay, Mark.
Hey, it was a great Tuesday. I'm looking forward to Wednesday.
There you go. Always good to hear. Tim, do you have anything?
Nah, man. Just listen to everything.
Tim's upset.
I'm not upset.
Tim's
I'm happy.
happy.
As a
We-
Are
clan.
you sure?
We can all
You're
agree this
very
has been our
clear.
worst Tuesday episode, right? We can all
Nah,
agree with
well.
that. We can put it on there. go
So
on the
it's,
record
so
and
it's
say it.
third out of 3? Yeah, I'll agree with that.
This is easily
All
number
right.
3 out of 3. I apologize for this one. We'll try better
I'm
next
sorry,
week. I don't
folks.
know.
I'll agree with
We'll
that
do our
one.
best.
This one was rough.
Maybe we'll have some others in the team suggest
Goddamn,
topics for the week.
This is
Maybe.
really
I don't
Austin
know.
Theory's fault.
Maybe
It's the Roy.
it's the Roy's
Arr.
fault.
Roy.
Follow the show at 3 Count Thursday, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you're subscribed on all podcast platforms, tpublic.com. Just go to 3countthursday.com. And until next week, stay safe, stay smart,
This one wasn't good.
and go for the pin.
We shit the bed.